Well, that war cry, we had
from
a lot of it yesterday.
Yes.
And 12-10, first one goal. Hydrate, speaking to Jan Berner, the Swedish coach. Jan Berner has, mainly been working with Sejal Takar, the only Kenyan woman who was entered into these championships and who's going to be going for her 4th Commonwealth Games.
Yes.
And Brian Mutua, who, over 3 years has become Kenya's top player. He's got run future for him, and they get back switching sides for the start of this second game. Mutua is on serve. He's a game down. Well, that landed on the table. That's what looks like. Yes, it's a point to Ofon.
It was a very fast forehand drive.
Well, it's now 2-all. Well, short plays on a drive that Ofon could only send to the floor.
3, 2.
Heavy backspin on the ball.
2-4.
For 3 or 4 on serve.
And again, that odd backhand service receive from Mutua, and it earns him a point.
Oh, what a drive! Down the line across the table. And the cheers in the stadium can be hard. So loud, so clear. 6-3. 7-3, 10 points played. Rally and Mutua, finally. He can't afford a smile, but he can see.
That was some good defending from Mutua.
The punch in the air. 8-4. Mutua to serve. Goes for the towels. And a point from Mutua gets to 9. That's just off the edge of the table. Collected it just at waist height. 9-5.
9-5, send us off. 5-9.
This is a playoff for position 13 at this competition. A drive, and finally Mutua is on 10. Ofon is 7.
Oh, fantastic receive from Mutua.
That's a shot. I mean, you could look at his arm moved, his wrist moved, and he was able to kick the ball. I mean, just looking at it, looked like it was going to skew off, but it stayed within the lines on the table.
Yes, that was a very nice service receive from Mutua, and it earned him a point. In fact, it was a passing shot.
Took the game 11-5. We're going to play a minimum of 4 here, 3 to win. I mean, looking at the history of Kenya table tennis, Daniel, you played at the highest level. What's the best placing we've had at Kenya have at this level?
Very far off. In fact, I can't even say.
No, I mean, out of 16, 15 out of 16 is still a placing.
Yeah. I think this will be the best we'll have ever had so far. There's a time Fahad Daim was placed, I think, either 39 or 49, somewhere there. And I think that was the best placing we've ever had.
1-all it is in the third. That just slipping off the edge of the table. And they are now at 2-all. A font in the 2-2, tied at 1 game apiece. Well, the man you mentioned, Fat Daim, is now the Secretary General of the Kenya Table Tennis Association. They go for a little bit of toweling with a 4-2 up. It's the third game in a best-of-5 contest.
Oh, just touched the edge of the...
Just touched it, yes. 5-3 it is. Change of service. Ofon with the ball. Oh, what a rally. And eventually, Fon trying to go for that little spin with his backhand, and actually it was a forehand. Trying to spin it, ended up on the net, rolls out, it's 5-4. Tied up 5-all.
Oh.
7-5. 2-4.
Those are two costly mistakes from Mutua. Seemingly unforced errors. Good placing by Mutua.
7-6.
What was he about to do there? 8-6. 8-6. Ofon is up.
Good service by Mutua.
7-8.
Fantastic forehand by Mutua. From his backhand to Ofon's backhand.
I looked at the flight of that ball, and Ofon, had to make that return just off the edge of the table.
There we are. It was also a long ball which Ofon could not control properly. So that was a plus for Mutua.
Another rally, and he's not out of his teens yet, and he gets Ofon on game point. They're tied at 1 apiece.
10-9 service over. 8-10.
Mutua has the serve. And that's a game. Ofon takes the third. 11-8. He's now 2 games to 1 up.
That was a very exciting game. We could see some very good blocks from Brian Mutua and Ofon on the offensive. But Brian was also using Ofon's balls to place him. A very interesting game.
So from at this point, at the end of these 2 minutes, two things can happen. As you can see the score for that game, 11-8. Mutua takes the fourth, forces a fifth set, or Ofon kills the game off in
Straight
this
sets.
game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 3-1 win for him.
Let's hope Mutua can attack even more. If he attacks, he'll get an edge over Ofon, because Ofon has been attacking all through, therefore sharpening his attack. Mutua getting to attack might be a problem because he has been on the back end all through. Oh, mistake with the service.
And the return was, you know, it flew along the line and stuck to the line.
Yes. And that is 1-1.
2-1. Service over. 1-3.
Just missed the edge of the table.
Oh! 2-3. Assa!
And
2-4.
another
4-2.
forehand shot coming from Ofon that Mutua could not deal with. And in reply, another one comes through. The score's now at 4-3. Ofon on serve in the fourth. Well, that span off the net. It's 5-3. Ninth point of this contest. Oh, Mutua loses his balance. Slipped on the floor, and that gives Ofon another point. 6-4 it is in the fourth.
That was a good placement by Ofon. He watched Mutua's positioning.
7. Time out.
And Brian Mutua, with that sign of the hand, fingers on his palms, it's a timeout. And Coach Ian Branner calling for it.
Yeah, that was a good time to take a timeout. Slow down the other player as he goes and receives advice on what to do. It also collects his thoughts and just figure things out. Timeout at a very crucial time.
.27 seconds on the clock. Well, they do not have to exhaust the 1 minute that is allocated to them. And they go to their respective courts.
7-4.
Ofon on serve, 7-4.
Service over. 5-7.
Oh, good recovery from Brian Mutua.
I mean, the moment the ball touched the net, it didn't look like he'd get it, but soft touch.
Yes. Good blocking from Mutua. Good blocking. Very good defending.
Service over. 7-0. Tight. 8-7.
It's all.
Service over. 8-0.
Mutua's up. And he goes ahead, 9-8.
Mutua is now ahead, eh?
The Kenyan crowd, most of them in university with him.
Oh.
Tried to recover after that ball just landed on his court. It's 9-all.
Service over. 9-all.
Opponents up. Oh! 10-9 to Mutua.
Match point, Mutua.
9-7.
He could tie it at 2-all, force a fifth. And we're up, down to deuce for the second time in this match. We were on deuce in the first game, and deuce in the second, in the fourth. Form, he's got the advantage, 11-10 up. He could be serving for the match in position 13.
Oh.
And he does win it,
It's all
12-10.
over.
And a cheer for Brian Mutua, who was representing Kenya for the second time. He was in Seychelles last year for the zonals, and here he is. It was a team competition, and at the ITTF Africa Continental Cup Top 16 finishes in 14th place. And this is after he lost by 3-1 to Derek Nyo-Ofon of Cameroon. 12-10, 5-11, 11-8, 12-10. Ofon's win against 19-year-old Mutua. And there he is with coach Jan Berner. He had pushed Ofon in the first game, the third game, took the second, but in the third and the fourth, where do you think Mutua may have lost his actual focus on the game? As we see the scoreboard, Ofon winning 12-10, 5-11, 11-8, and 12-10.
This is good exposure for Mutua. He's just about the youngest person in this auditorium today, and that shows that he still has a long way to go. He can get more experience, get more exposure here and there, and definitely his game will improve. He'll be among, hopefully among the best in Africa.
All right. So here are the highlights of this match between Brian Mutua of Kenya and Derek Nyo-Ofon of Cameroon as he goes on to the players area. And coming to the end of our broadcast today, it's been day 2 of the ITTF Continental Cup Africa, and it's yet to be done. And more tomorrow. Expect lots of fire. That's what I can say. We're going to have the men's and women's singles semi-finals, and just looking at the way the semi-finals went, we'll start with the women's semi-finals. They will be played tomorrow, and wow, the kind of competition that we would expect. This are going to be the main matches tomorrow. We had Ofiyong Edem of Nigeria going through, Dina Mishref of Egypt. We had Linda Lograibi upsetting Farah Abdelaziz of Egypt, and Sarah Hanfu of Cameroon. So those are the 4 women who will be playing in the semi-finals. And in the men's semi-finals, Shahid Idowu is going to be playing against Omar Assar of Egypt, and Ahmed Saleh of Egypt is going to be playing against Nigeria's Quadri Aruna. Those are the highlight matches in tomorrow's tomorrow, and this is at the ITTF Continental Cup Africa that's happening at the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani's Indoor Arena in Nairobi, Kenya. And the action, you know, will resume tomorrow morning, just around 0700 GMT. That's 10 a.m. in Kenya, the host nation. And it's been a pleasure being with you. And on behalf of my co-commentator, Daniel Mwangi, I am Daniel Wahome. Thanks for being with us. Do have a good time.
This is the Lotto Foundation update.
This month on Lotto Foundation, we sponsored the cross-country championship to help athletes to reach their potential.
Basi timu ya kwanza ilikuwa National Police, timu ya pili